doing needed some change because it had some faults or something. Everyone goes through this at some point in their life. Maybe their hair is growing too long, or their house is just really messy and needs some change. Change, though sometimes scary, is inevitable and ongoing. Today, much of the world is in disorder, and there is not much comfort in the hearts of all of humanity. It seems like everyone is just waiting for some shit to hit the fan. That is why change is needed. We cannot continue on our current path without change, maybe even on a grand scale. For many years, I've pondered the concept of revolution because of the mere fact that the world we're living in is in a state of disharmony. When I realized this, I decided that I would do everything I could to help change, to help induce the positive changes that the earth needs. The current system that is holding the majority of the money in the world is completely corrupt and doesn't have any good intention towards humanity or the earth that we live upon. A great revolution of change is needed in order to create a world that can exist more harmoniously and comfortably. The elite have forsaken the world with their money and power, hoarding all of America's money in foreign bank accounts. The way the United States economic system is currently operating with its large corporations that don't have any care for the American people is in need of some real change. These changes can only be created from within the minds of the people of our society. Money, banks, and the elite are in complete control of American society and have made it only possible for the average American to live a mediocre life, where they spend the majority of their time working to feed the account of people that already have enough money to survive and be happy. 97% of the world's money is in 3% of its hands. This is why the average person is struggling to get by. Once a corporation makes it big, it doesn't stop there. It keeps going, consuming markets and hoarding all the money without reimbursing its employees. The oil industry is an example of what happens with large sums of money. Right now, oil and gasoline is the largest money-making industry in the world. The oil industry is guaranteed a certain amount of sales every day, as the entire world right now is completely dependent upon oil. The sad fact of the matter is that the oil industry actually pays off the car industry for them to keep making cars that consume more gasoline than they need to. If you found out that there was a way to drive without having to spend so much money on gas, wouldn't you at least consider change? The average American worker works 40 hours a week and can barely pay their bills, much less enjoy the finer qualities of life, such as vacation or just even helping their children get through school. In order for a person to live in present day, there are certain things that they must have, seemingly minimal, like food and shelter. The way the world operates, though, is not so minimal. Realistically, other things are needed, such as transportation, insurance, a computer, clothing, hygiene products, in order for a person to be able to fit respectively into their society. The elite, after sucking all the money out of their workers, spend money outrageously on things that they don't really need to survive or live a happy life. Unfortunately, at this present time, all of the life energy of the common person is being sucked out by some corporate CEO so they can have a huge resort in the Bahamas, while their workers would be lucky if they ever see anything like the Bahamas in their entire life. If you ever want to go to the Bahamas and you aren't already wealthy enough to make it there, wouldn't you want to see change? Once upon a time, there was a beautiful planet that everyone called Mother Earth. For the longest time, it had been that the inhabitants of Mother Earth relied upon her, solely relied upon her, to provide them with things such as food, water, and shelter. Recently, Mother Earth has been somewhat forgotten, and in an age where the dollar and mechanism completely occupy the minds of her inhabitants. This world we're now living in has changed from when she was first called Mother Earth. she let the change happen gracefully. Only now has it been that she feels completely forgotten. Mother Earth would like to see some change. Our mother, the land that we live on, the very air that we breathe, what is of more importance than her? Throughout the land, there is some sort of discomfort. Do you think Mother Earth cannot feel this discomfort? If you were mother to billions of people, wouldn't you want to cradle them in their times of discomfort? Mother Earth loves her inhabitants and wants them to live beautiful lives and never feel discomfort, just as any other mother would. Poor Mother Earth, she truly holds the weight of the entire world in her womb. Even though it may not seem as though she hears you, she can. And you can hear her too if you listen. If you listen, she calls in the winds and the rains and the summer skies. To me, she speaks so purely, for a way to live life in harmony. This is all we need, is to find an equilibrium. A harmony between nature and technology in order to balance existence in a place that is bound by one thing, Mother Earth. And it is needless to say that I'm sure she would appreciate some change. She would stop and notice that we number every day, but allow the many moments left uncounted slip away. You don't have to count them, just enjoy them one by one, and things will take a different hue and sparkle in the sun. Are lyrics to one of my favorite Fish songs, Scents and Subtle Sounds. The only way that change can occur on a grand scale like we're talking about is for it to have some sort of central theme or reason for it to happen. A revolution can be achieved in many ways, and in the past, through various mediums of sociology. Religion in the past has been the source of revolutionary acts of change because it has the ability to have a central focus and good intention. Religion has been the focus of many revolutions. Jesus Christ was on the verge of revolution when, if he wouldn't have been martyred, he would have completely taken over the entire government that existed at the time. And the central theme was religion. The problem with religion and the entirety of the universe is that religion tends to be one-sided, and you can't solve any problems being one-sided. Bob Marley, One Love, One Life, the Beatles, All You Need Is Love, and Knock Knock Knocking on Heaven's Door are revolutionary songs in their own right. Imagine, the world is one. Try to think about it. It's a chance to live your life. All of the arts, realistically, are the heart of revolution and change. It's obvious throughout history. The Renaissance and the rebirth of the arts. The term Renaissance literally means great change. The art is always a reflection of those changes within society. The power of art within a society has no boundaries. From Robin Hood to Merlin and King Arthur through the lands of Fantasia, art has a revolutionary quality of constantly changing and can give people that central focus that we're all looking for. If someone took an empty canvas and painted something wondrous on it, I would hope that it would show you the beauty of change, and that you could see how change is necessary from the blank canvas to a gorgeous painting. The whole idea here is to induce some sort of change for the better, not for the worse. The majority of humanity agrees that some change is needed. The Earth has natural vibrations or frequency that is magnetic. When magnetic receptors are placed into the ground, they conduct Earth's natural energies and turn it into a current that can contain enough electricity to power everyday electrical equipment. Tesla, the originator of this idea, even figured out how to transmit that energy into invisible waves from a giant antenna station, kind of like a radio broadcast of invisible electricity, which didn't need electric cables or poles. Unfortunately, all of his work was swept under the rug by the entire electric industry because it wasn't worth money. If the reality of this story and present-day life on Earth gives you the feeling that some changes need to be made, even just a little bit, please take the time to realize that to yourself, that you are willing to have change created in the Earth that we're living in. Gosh, it's
hot.
Yeah, could you guys